Marissa Chenoweth here, and I'm here with my Style Yourself Chic video series. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Whether you're here for the first time or you've been a loyal follower of the Style Yourself Chic community, thank you. Not only thank you for being here and hanging out with me, but I also appreciate you taking time for you. So today, I'm here to talk to you about a little something different. A little something more personal, if you will. I want to talk about you. And what I mean by that is that I want to ask you, and I want you to be honest with yourself. Are you stuck in a rut? Are you really happy? Are you just going through the motions, living life day by day? Do you feel like nothing ever changes, that you're maybe missing out on opportunities? Or maybe you love your life, you love your family, your friends, your job, but you can never just take a moment to catch your breath and really do something for you, to make you happy, to replenish and rejuvenate yourself. So ask yourself, are you living the life that you desire and deserve? So I'm gonna do something a little different. I want you to take a moment and close your eyes and imagine this. Now I want you to imagine that you're in a serious relationship. In this relationship, you've been in it many years, it's very serious, and you've really stopped taking time to do things with one another. You've stopped taking interest in one another's hobbies and interests. You've stopped putting one another first. You've stopped really enjoying one another and feeling passionate and fire that maybe you felt at the beginning of that relationship. Maybe they stopped treating you like the special and unique person that you are, so that you don't feel seen. Would you put up with that? Would you stay in that relationship? No. You wouldn't. So why would we accept that kind of relationship with ourselves? Buddha says you can search throughout the entire universe for someone who is more deserving of your love and affection than you are yourself. And that person is not to be found anywhere. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. So it's time that we as women finally, once and for all, stop putting up with this lack of self-confidence, poor body image, and overall self-doubt, and start seeing ourselves as the amazing women that we truly are. And remember, the only way to truly be unique is to be yourself, not someone that you think that others want you to be. And the best way to break out of this rut is by starting in your closet. If it's okay with you, I would like to at this time tell you a little bit about my style history and how I got out of one of the biggest style ruts of my life. So growing up, I felt really confident in my style. I was very lucky to have very supportive friends and family that let me just express myself, and let me tell you, I did. So then in college, and then post-college when I was living in New York, I started to see myself in a different light. I started to feel less authentic in the way I dressed and expressed myself to the world. So looking back, why did this happen? Well, it happened because when I moved to New York and I was working in the fashion industry and I was surrounded by a lot of people that really intimidated me and made me feel insecure about who I was and made me doubt who I was. So being put in that position really made me start doubting the way I dressed. So doubting the way I once dressed and felt great about, and so therefore I started to change. I started to change the way I dressed, the way I shopped, the things I picked out, and with that came a lot of style fails and ultimately a style rut. I was not dressing for my body type. I was not dressing for who I was on the inside and what I wanted to express, and ultimately it really showed in a lot of areas of my life, not just my wardrobe and what I put on every day. It started affecting the way I felt socially with, communicating who I was with my newfound friends in New York, with my colleagues. And it really just made me put myself on the back burner, and that was not a good place to be. And let me tell you, it did not feel good. So let me tell you how I now got out of this style and really life rut. And it all started with something so simple. It started with me taking care of me. I stopped thinking about what others wanted me to be and do and look like, and I started focusing on myself. How did I do this? I started practicing yoga. I started thinking about what I was putting in my body. I started really thinking about, what do I want out of life? What did that make clear to me? Well, that I wanted to be in a place that felt like home. And where was that? Back in the South, where I had grown up and really flourished. So I moved back to the South, and through that experience, I continued to gain clarity on who I was as a person and how I wanted to reflect that through my wardrobe. It's funny because at that same time, that's when I started my style coaching journey, and I started helping other women get out of these style and life ruts that hold us back from our true potential. So what is style coaching? Style coaching is a way I work with women that allows them to not only look and feel their best daily, but also to dress authentically to who they are. And a lot of times to figure out what that even means. Who are they? What is authentic to them? Then this allows them to grow with their confidence and to really feel empowered to take on whatever life brings them and to really grab those opportunities that they desire. So it's a really amazing relationship between my client and myself, but also with my client and herself. In the words of one of my favorite stylists, Rachel Zoe, style is a way to say who you are without having to speak. One of the greatest things about life is that it's never too late to start being who you truly are, to find out who that person is, and ultimately live a more authentic and fuller life. So now I'd love to tell you a story about my client Audrey and her amazing journey to find herself through the language of style. So Audrey came to me in this very office, and she said, I'm just in a rut. And it didn't just begin. She says, it's been my whole life. I've always been who my mother wanted me to be, my sister wanted me to be, my husband wanted me to be, my boss wanted me to be, and I'm exhausted. She said to me that she loved music. She loved being creative. And I asked her, I was like, well, do you ever get to do these things? And she said, no, I work, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter. And it was beginning to suck the life right out of her. And it showed in her wardrobe. She was wearing a plain white top, plain black pants, plain black shoes, not really any jewelry, nothing that showed me the amazing, vivacious woman that was sitting right next to me that wanted so much out of life. So long story short, Audrey and I worked together over the course of a few months and began her style journey. We figured out what she wanted to express. Who was she as an authentic woman? What was her body type? What was flattering on her? And then of course we cleaned out her closet because we've got to get rid of those things that were no longer serving her. And of course we had to shop, find jewelry that expressed herself, talk about color, hair and beauty and makeup. We had to find all of those perfect pieces that expressed who she really was. So what happened then? Well, she had all of these pieces of the style puzzle in place. What did that bring her? Confidence. It gave her the confidence to ask for a promotion at work, and she got it. She had the confidence to talk to her husband about both of their love of music. And with that, it unfolded, and they were able to play their instruments not only together, but in local bands and really pursue their passions. Audrey has been such an inspiration to me, but to tell you the truth, she is just one of many client stories I could share with you where she has started in her closet, and through learning the language of style, she has allowed herself to live a fuller, richer, more authentic life. So how do you get out of this rut? Well, your style action step for the week is this. Write down 5, this is gonna be hard, but 5 things you like about yourself. It can be a character trait, it can be something outward appearance-wise, it can be anything, but it has to be about you, not about anyone else. The next thing I want you to do is write down 5 character traits that you want to make sure you're projecting to the world. So they can overlap with the things you love about yourself, absolutely. Or they may be things that you don't feel like you're currently projecting, and that's okay. That's totally fine. But think about if you're meeting someone for the first time, what are the things that you want them to come away with, knowing about you? So life's too short not to be anyone but you. So I really want to empower and encourage you this week to take just 30 minutes out of your schedule to do this activity. I promise it will be very eye-opening to you to kind of really think about this in an uninterrupted environment. And time that you invest in yourself is always worth it. So in the next video, I'm going to be sharing with you my style principles and how to start living the life you desire. I'll also be sharing with you a problem that I see a lot of women struggling with, and they don't even realize that it's actually a problem. So thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.